It's Friday afternoon. You have to send the weekly status update to your boss. It takes an hour and it's always the same format. Maybe you tried using AI prompts to create this document, but the output wasn't great. In this video, we'll fix that with one simple idea, a skill. And once you know this method, you can use it for many types of problems. I will use Claude to demonstrate the solution, but it's applicable to other AI tools like ChatGPT and Google Gemini. We are going to give Claude two inputs, just once. Think of them as templates that tell Claude, this is what the structure of input I feed to you looks like. And this is what the structure of output I need from you looks like. Before proceeding, the elephant in the room. What is a Claude skill? Think of a skill as a cheat sheet Claude checks every single time before it writes your report. It uses the skill to understand your input and create your output. We create the skill once, but we use it every time you need that weekly report. And the two files mentioned earlier help Claude create that skill. So let's look at them first. So here's the input template. I have created it using Google Docs, but you could use Word or any other text editor, including Notepad, for example. Now I've given it some thought, the structure, and I've decided that this input file will have three sections. I've also got some metadata out here, like for example, I'll put my name, the period for which I'm reporting, who my audience is, that's my leadership. And then the three sections, as I mentioned, I will have one section where I will just dump all the data for the final report, which could be notes, which could be emails. So as you can see, I'm not segregating that information. I'll just put everything under this one section. I also want Claude to create charts for me. So I will supply the data for those charts. For each data set, I will also mention what type of chart I wanted to draw. So Claude is quite clever that way. It uses various libraries to create charts and it does a good job. So why not? And the third is I want a section for special instructions. So this may or may not have data. So for example, in the final report, you might want to highlight certain sections. You might want to use a certain font for a particular section. You can think of various things. So those instructions will come here. So this is a structure. And now I will save this input template because we'll need it later for the skill. So that's the input template. Now we focus on the output template. And once again, I'm using Google Docs for that. So the output template is the layout of what the output looks like. So I've got a heading out here with the reporting period and the overall status of this report. Then an executive summary section, which will contain 2 sentences on the progress and key wins. Then a workstream status where the top 3 work streams will be named. We will also have a section for charts, and the charts will be created based on the data that is there in the input file. And we'll also have KPIs, key performance indicators. Now this will be interpreted from the data that is there in the input file. I also have a blocker and next step section, what blockers we had for the week, and what are the priorities for next week. I've also got a rules section for the output file. So I want the language to be crisp, professional, and direct, no filler or greetings. And as you saw, we had these colors out here. So how does the AI interpret what these colors are? So I provide that logic out here. So RAG out here stands for red, amber, and green. So basically anything red is a blocker, amber is at risk, and green is on track. So the AI will use the information from the input file to arrive at these colors. I also want certain rules because AI hallucinates. So to prevent that, I'm telling it to never invent numbers or dates. So take what is there in the input file, and if that information is not there, write not provided. I think this is important. So these are the kind of checks and balances that you can add in the rules section. Similarly, I've got one note about chart type. So it is possible that in a hurry, I do not mention the chart type in the input. So in that case, if the chart type is not there, so it should default to a bar chart. Of course, that depends on the data. If the data is conducive, it will default to a bar chart. So that is the output template. So before we use the input template and the output template to create a skill, I thought we'll just digress a bit and see what the input file with data would look like. So let's assume I want to create a report for this coming Friday. So I will pick up my input template. So you can see the structure of the input template out here. So it's got the titles out here, the raw notes and mail, the data and numbers, and the special instructions. I'll pick up that template file and actually start putting the data. So I grab all my notes, which I would typically use to create the output file manually. I grab all those notes and just dump them in this section out here. So I've got some notes from meetings. I've also got an email, so I just pick up the email and dump it here. I could also pick up the entire email, including the from and to, and dump it here. That's not a problem. So as you can see, this section here is just a dump of all the information that Claude will use to create the output file based on the output template. Now let's look at the data, numbers, and charts section. This is interesting. So what I want to do is I have the data. So let's say the data was already there in an Excel sheet. I just copied that data. This is not a lot. I just copied that data in a comma-separated CSV format. I just dumped it here. And I say this is CSV data. And I wanted to create a chart for me. And I say I want to create a bar chart. Here's the title of the bar chart. I could put any other special instructions out here, like the labels for the x-axis or y-axis or the different colors that I want to use. So as you can see, this description of the chart, I put that here. And then, of course, any special instructions. So you can, based on your business scenario, you can put instructions here. I'm just putting the blocker out here and some other items. Once we create the skill, this is what I will be doing every week, just dumping data and feeding this file to the skill. And the skill, based on its knowledge from the input and output template, will create the output report. So now we have seen the input template, the output template, the input file using the input template and containing actual data. And now I think you must be anxious to see what the skill looks like. So the next section will focus on that. So we are finally here to create our skill. So we have come to Claude and we're going to create the skill where we are essentially telling Claude, here's an input file, here's an output file, interpret these two files and create a skill. Let me elaborate. So I'm giving it a prompt. I'm saying, create me a skill to automate my weekly status report. I'm going to attach two files. So let me do that once here quickly. So I'm attaching my input template and my output template. So these are the inputs to Claude in order to create my skill. And I'm mentioning that here. I'll let you read it. And I'm telling Claude to create a skill that essentially takes notes filled using the input template and transforms it into a polished weekly report following the output template structure. And remember that the output template also had rules. And I'm saying to also follow the rules in the output template section. Now, in what format do I want the output report? I'm saying you create a Word document. And I'm going to name the skill out here. So as you can see, we can create skills for various types of documents and other things also. So I'm naming the skill. And I just run it and that will create the skill. So it might take some time. So let's pause and I'll come back once it's done. So if you have run this yourself, you would see a similar output. So it has generated the skill and this is exactly what it does. It reads the raw weekly notes, maps them to an output template with an exact structure, including the RAG logic. It never invents numbers. It builds the chart type according to our notes. So it's basically adhering to the rules and it outputs a polished document. So it also did a test run and it generated a sample output with test data, which I believe it would have generated itself. So you can see this is an example of a sample output that it has generated. And then the most important thing is that it has created this skill file. Here's the weekly status report generator, which is a skill. So what I could do is I could save this skill to my local disk. I could also distribute it to other team members. It's possible that a colleague might also be generating a similar report. So I could provide this skill file to them and they could also use it within their instances of Claude. So that's the skill. Now, of course, this is a sample report. So now I'm going to save this skill and show you what to do next to pass your own input file, use the skill and generate an output file. In the last section, our skill was generated, a weekly status report generator. We could download the skill, which means we could distribute this to other colleagues. But we also need to save the skill within Claude. So I will just click on Save Skill out here. So this means that the skill is saved within Claude and I can use it each time I use Claude. Now, the question you might ask is, where's the skill generated or stored? And if you want to see that, it might be useful because you might be creating multiple skills. So I go here to Settings and go to Skills, and you can see the weekly status reporter skill created, which is today. And you can see this sits with the other skills that I have. I could, for example, out here, edit my skill, replace it, download it, even delete it. And you can see it's a text file, you can read it. But we won't go there for the moment. Now it's time to use the skill. Okay, now let's assume you've prepared your input, you've taken your input template, you've added your notes to it. Now you come to Claude and you want to use the skill to create your output file. So what I would do as follows, I would just come to Claude out here. I would append my input file. So I could just copy the data here directly here. And I'll say use the weekly status report output file using the input data attached. And let's see what happens. So it's thinking. This might take some time. Right, so after feeding my input data and writing a prompt to use the skill, Claude took a few minutes and came up with the output file here, which I could download. And as you can see, this would be a doc file as requested. So let's just look at it out here. So you've got the period, you've got my name out here and head of operations. That came from the metadata of the input file template. And the overall status this week is Amber. It's got an executive summary, key wins. It's got the work stream status, and it's identified work streams from the input data. And based on the text I fed it, it has identified the status. So you can see green, amber. So nothing red out here, which is good. It's identified KPIs, again, all from the data. The tickets resolved in week 33, that's the current week or the week I'm reporting on, versus target, open backlog. It looks good, but it's not necessary things are perfect. So you got to review it. But this is interesting. It's generated the bar chart based on the data that I had. And it's also cleverly put in a target. So that's great. That's really good. And the target of 100, I'm sure that came from the data. It's also labeled my axes. It has a title out here. And it looks like it's got data for more than 1 week. But this is the current week, which is highlighted in a different color, which is great. So I can see a time series chart of my data over the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. It's also got the blockers. So without scrutinizing the data, I must say this is quite a neat chart. So just taking a step back, it took me an hour to come up with the thought for the input and the output file, a few minutes to create the skill, and a few minutes to run it. Of course, there will be a few iterations to check that things are proper. So what I would do is the first few times I would generate my report manually and run the skill, do both in parallel. And once I'm confident, I'll start using this more often. So as you can see, this is pretty neat. It's automated a process. And if you have similar documents that can be automated, so something that you do on a regular basis, it's recurring, and there's a formula behind it, I would suggest it's definitely worth considering using a skill. I hope you found this useful. Thank you. Now, to wrap things up, here's a quick summary of what all we covered today. If you're using AI at work or your company is about to, there's one question worth noting. What are the other tasks you do that follow a similar pattern? Same format, same rules every time. Would you consider creating a skill for them? Drop a comment below with the task you'd automate first. And if videos like this help you make better AI decisions at work, subscribe. Let's make sense of AI together.